Hello, crafty friends. This is Gail from Rubber and Ink Crafts. Thank you for stopping by and watching my video today. I've got a cute little Thanksgiving card for you, and just being grateful and thankful for what you have, for your family, for your loved ones, yes, your friends. And it's a Z fold card, pretty easy. Just the Z adds a little punch to it. All right, so this is what we're going to make today, and we are going to use the Celebration Tidings bundle. It has the stamp set and it has the dies. These are the celebration label dies. And on this particular card, I use the two middle ones. That's the larger of the two middle ones, and this one is the smaller of the two middle ones. And then on the inside, we actually used another larger of the two middle ones. All right, so that's what we did with that, and I have them cut already. So this is the larger, and this as well is the larger, and then this would be the smaller. And these dies, if you see, it has the double stitching. So it leaves the stitching on the negative piece that you leave behind, and then it also provides the stitching on your piece that you're actually die cutting. So I like that. Stitching on both sides. Let's put those dies away. All right, so this is really a quick and easy card. Our card base is actually 11 by 4 1/4. It is scored at 4 and it's scored at 5.5. It's scored at 5.5, and then the front piece, you simply just fold it back in half, completely in half. Just no measurement, just do the half. So you just have to bring it back to your score line here, make the two meet, and then just score it down. That's it. Pretty simple. So let's put this one on. So you don't want to put glue over the whole thing. You've got to remember. Oh no, we're not going to put this one on yet. I'm sorry. The first one that goes on, you know why? Because you have to match it up. So this one has to go on first on the inside like this. And then we're going to glue this down on this side and match it up like that. So, caught myself before I made such a big mistake, huh? You know what? Just cardstock. Do it all over again. Okay. I'm using basic gray ink. And I'm using that because in our paper, it's gray. It's yellow and orange and gray and white. So I'm using the basic gray. Let's stamp these pumpkins about right there. Hold that down and let the ink absorb into the cardstock. Then we have another little border, and we're going to stamp that below, like right here. Okay, just like that. Oh, you know what, Gail, you're such a dumb idiot. Sometimes. But you know what? I'm going to leave it. No, I need that for the outside. I am going to leave that for the inside. Now, this is the piece that I'm supposed to stamp on the outside. Dum, 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 dum. Yeah, we all make mistakes. And you just roll with the punches. That's what you do. Okay, we just roll with the punches. Let's do this again. So, because of that, I'm just going to have a piece that's going to have more inside than my sample. If you see that, It's okay. All right, so those are stamped. Let's stamp our sentiment as well, and then we can close up our ink. Okay, so we're just going to stamp Always Grateful right on the center. Alrighty. That's good. Now let's close up our ink. We're done with that portion. Okay. And we want to color. We want to color with our stamping blends. So I'm going to start with light pumpkin pie, and I'm going to color my pumpkins. I'm going to use the brush tip instead of the bullet tip. There you go. All right, now I'm going to use the dark pumpkin pie, add a little bit of shading. And I'm going to use my light again and blend it a little bit. All right, let's put a little bit. I'm going to use a the dark daffodil delight, and I'm going to use the bullet tip because the areas that I'm coloring are pretty small. All right, just adding a little bit of light, a little bit of yellow, because I want little light spots on my, I smudged that. Okay, well, let's see if I can fix that. Let's see. Okay, so what I have here is an ink eraser. I think you can get these online all over, office supply stores and craft stores. All right. Helps me to save projects when I make big errors like smudging. Sometimes you want to just go ahead and toss it and get something else. Do it again. But this eraser saves me quite a bit because I'm always making mistakes like that. All right, so this is the piece that's going to go on the inside. Let me do some quick coloring on that. Let's turn this around. That way when it's this way, my hand is here and it's smudging this. So let's turn it around. So, I smudged it again. And I have my hand on this side. And let's go this way. Just adding a little bit of Daffodil Delight with the bullet tip on my alcohol markers. All right. That's good. Where's my cap? There's the cap. Now I'm going to go back with my Old Olive. And I'm going to color in and do a little bit of shading, leaving a little bit of the yellow showing in different areas. And that's how you get a little variated colors in your leaves. Just hit and miss. No exact science. Just enough where you have some yellow and green showing at the same time. All right. Okay. So the leaves are done. Oh, got to do this pumpkin again. All right. I like the alcohol markers because they just, they blend so well. Actually, I hardly color with any other medium. Once I've started using these alcohol markers, that's all I use. So I put a little bit of dark pumpkin pie in there, and now I'm blending it again with the light. All right. So on our card, we are going to, remember, we've got to put this on the inside first. All right. Open this up and let's center this on the panel in here. I'm going to center this right here after this 5.5 inch mark. All right, score line. Let's pull that down a little bit. All right. Now, this piece again. Adhesive just on the left side, not on the right side. Right side has to stay free, otherwise you will glue the card down and you will not be able to open it. So, on the left side only. All right, so I am going to line this up over. See, the adhesive is not touching. It's loose here. Okay, I haven't put that down. I've got a finger here holding this so I don't touch it. And I'm going to just line this up over here. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger. Look at that. I'm learning a few tech things. So I'm lining this up right here so they match up. Trying to do this without having my head in the camera. Let's see. All right. Now then I let it go. No, that means it's not straight. That means I probably didn't put this one on straight, which I didn't. I see it's a little crooked. Let's see. And it's too late to move it around. So this is going to be a little crooked as well because it has to match up. Oh, well, I didn't notice that. All right. So now it's not bad. You can't really tell. It's just me and my eye. I can see it. All right. Most people couldn't see it. Now, this layer is going to go right here. So I use these notches that are here that are part of the die that's cut into the design of the die, and I use that to help line everything up and get it centered. So now I have a little piece of old olive, a strip, and I flagged or bannered the ends using our pick a banner punch. And this punch cuts 3 sizes: 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and 1 inch. And you can have either the point going inward or the point extending out. And so that's what I use to make this banner. That's going to go there. And now I'm going to use the same one to, well, first what I like to do is I like to mark where I want my V on the point. The point of the V. I want it right there and I want it right here. Okay. Now what I do is I turn this over so that, well, I turn my paper. Oh, let's take this back out. All right, sorry. I forgot I had zoomed that in. So I take my paper and I'm going, I don't know if it was in the camera or not. So what I did was I marked a V, a point where I want I marked where I want the point of the V to go right here. So I take my paper. I'm going to put it in face down. All right. Now turn my punch over so I can see what I'm doing. And I slide my banner up. I'm going to punch. And I'm going to slide it up again until I come to that little dot that I did. And that's where I know to punch right after that. And that's as far down as I'm going to go. Let's do this again. All right. So stamped image, face down, slide it in, turn your punch over, make sure it's centered, punch. Now slide it again. There's my dot. And I'm going to punch that away. And there's my perfect banner. And that's going to go on like this. All right. And I did put that on with our dimensionals. I actually used our mini dimensionals. They are miniature in size, but they're the same height as our regular dimensionals. Okay. And let's just take these little labels off. this. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. Let's move. You know what? Sorry. Let's take that off. And I need a little piece of tear and tape. Let's see. Always grateful. So at the bottom here on the back, we've got to put our ribbon on. And I totally forgot about putting the ribbon on. So you got a little piece of tear and tape right here. Put that on the back. Take the liner off, which is not always easy to do. Take the liner off. There you go. Now I have a piece of lace here. And all I'm going to do is, well, first I want to cut the ends a little bit. So I've got my ribbon scissors here. And I'm going to cut. All right. So now what I'm going to do is just lay this right on here, right on the ribbon. There you go. See that? Now I go back in and put my mini glue dots back. Okay. So take the liners off. Let's do this part again. All right, liners are gone. Now, this goes on here, just like this. That's not quite centered. Let's center that. From end to end and from top to bottom. Okay, that's better. And then this is going to get glued down right here. That's going to get glued down right here. That's not better. Look at that. Who told me that was better? What's wrong with me? That's crooked. But let me get this down. Let me lift this up and readjust. There you go. Just like that. All right. Now, let's put our acorn down with a little bit of, what is this? The linen twine. I tied up the acorn, tied a bow. These little acorns are cute. I'm using our Crystal Effects for adhesive. And that's because that Crystal Effects is very strong. And this is going to go right here. So just hold it there until the glue adheres. You're almost done. Just hold it for a few seconds. Okay. All right. And the card is complete once this attaches. All right. What I usually do is take a punch because they're very heavy. Have you ever dropped one on your foot? Yeah. All right. So I usually take a punch and I hold it there. I leave it there and I let it sit so that it would adhere. And that gives it the pressure and I don't have to stand there and hold it. And I can move on to other things like putting all this away. Okay. Actually, you know what? I want to add a little bit of glitter to my pumpkin. So I'm going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella up here. I know you can't see this well in the camera, but it adds a little bit of sparkle. And your card is done. So, oh yeah, I forgot. Since I stamped the wrong thing, I ended up with pumpkins on the inside as well. How about that? You can write your message right in there. And here's the original, which did not have the pumpkins on the inside. So That's that one. Oh, there we go. It wasn't in the camera. So that's the original. It did not have the pumpkins on the inside. This one ended up with the pumpkins on the inside because I stamped the wrong panel at first. But you know what? It looks cute that way. Cute that way too. So it's your choice. But this card is done. Thank you for stopping by and watching my video. Now guess what? Go and stamp something. Go and stamp something. Bye.